guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you minds, what is the game you dragging today? I'm coming back at you on a Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Merrick's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm Chan, you were up, and let's go! I'm enjoying this. I am too, kid. Wordlessly, we lay but a few feet apart, just taking in the view until he finally deems it time to leave. Getting up, and with a good amount of brushing the dirt off ourselves, we make our way back into the labs as Merrick starts locking up the place. It takes him a moment as he grumbles about how apparently they've changed some of the locks, but eventually he gets it done and we can head into the hallway and back home. It's not until we're back on our floor that either of us says anything, and, as per usual, I'm the first to speak. Are you feeling better about tomorrow at all? I know you've still got a few things to take care of, but maybe it won't be that bad. Yeah, I thought about it a bit. Really the only thing chomping at my tail is the captain. So, as long as she's placated, I'll be fine. Of course, if something goes wrong on her end, I could be in trouble, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Like I said, it seems like the only reason that Soknos is traipsing about in the first place is because of Tyr, and I'm in no way affiliated with that mess, so it's all good. Oh, that's good. You should be more worried about yourself. You think? Rias, you're an alien. If anything, they're gonna at least want to meet you. That is, if they know about me, which we don't know if they do. Yeah, fair enough. Still, I don't doubt they have an inkling of what's going on around here, mysterious guests included. No, it's crossed my mind, trust me. Still, I think the captain is determined to keep me, under the radar, let's say. Under the what? Oh, out of the way. Oh, yeah, I don't doubt that, I mean... He swipes his card and lets us into his room as he continues speaking. If anything, having you involved just means more paperwork and more eyes on the situation, and I doubt she wants that. And then she'd probably just delegate that paperwork to me and my team, so for all our sakes, maybe stay out of the way for the next little while, okay? Yeah, we'll see how it goes down when they show up, but if I need to stay confined to a lab or something for a week or so, I'll manage. Good. Alright, I'm gonna get cleaned up. Need anything? Nah, just leave the shower running. I think I got some dirt on me. Yeah, it'll wash off. Okay, give me a tick. As he walks by, he places a soft paw on my shoulder and gives it a small squeeze before heading into the bathroom and turning on the fan. It was a quiet thing. Maybe he was just getting me out of the way, but as he leaves the room, I can't help but bring my own hand to my shoulder and hold it there. Just enjoying the lost contact. What am I doing? Am I really this touch-starved that even that felt like something important? I mean, just a mark ago we were basically rolling around in the grass together and... My whole body feels flush as I think on it for more than a few seconds, having to immediately relegate some of my thoughts away from wherever they were headed. Coughing into my fist and making sure the door is still closed, I start to get undressed and throw my now literally dirty clothes into the communal hamper. While placing a few things aside for tomorrow, I stumble into Merrick's chair and let out a small string of curses before noticing that he's left his jacket folded across its back. As I turn to get back to my own things, I realize I've never really inspected it closely before. I mean, I've seen him wear it almost every day, but besides displaying his rank, I've never really understood why it's so special to him. Gently picking it up, I hold it out in front of me, and I'm shocked by how heavy it is. It almost feels padded as the insides feel warmer than my own. Has he been holding out on me? Flipping it over, I can see the underside has had a ton of patchwork done to it, as multiple holes and rips seem to be covered over with stitches and replacement fabrics. Inspecting it further, my arm slips into one of the sleeves and I freeze, unsure if I should really be doing this. As my arm explores the warmth of the fabric, though, I find it hard to stop. Slipping the other arm in, I find it just as large and unwieldy as my own, but maybe a bit more, form-fitting. As I bend over to get a better look at it, my nose bumps against the collar and in a start I breathe in and... By the eye... It smells just how I imagined he would, and it's so good. Like fresh-cut dark wood and a hint of candied citrus. I don't even think I've seen him use anything fancy. Is that just what he smells like regularly? Unsure of what my body is doing anymore, I lean into whatever desires have come over me and dig even deeper into the lining. It's almost as warm as the embrace we found ourselves in earlier, and it's just about making me feel the same way. Hey, Rias, I left the shower running for you, and... His wide eyes slowly narrow as he leans against the doorframe and scoffs. You know, if you wanted a closer look, you could have just asked. Although, I'm just glad I was right. You were right? Yeah, you do look good in red. It's not what he said! Wait, excuse me? Huh? I mean, I... Heh, what? Not everyone can pull it off. Last person he really did was... He stutters, almost double taking his last words as he slumps against the wall. His breathing doesn't so much become erratic as it almost stops altogether. As his hazy eyes focus on me, I get a head start on what's coming. Take that off. Now. The words are forced, mechanical in nature. I'm not sure if he means them in full, but in the moment I can only comply. I struggle to maintain eye contact as I shakily retract an arm from the jacket's warm embrace. Through balled fists and shaky paws, he can barely take the coat from me before pulling it to his chest. I can tell his actions are instinct, acting upon and digging into old pains. And I know, right now, I can do nothing to help. His jaw moves under taut lips as so many words die in his throat, only for him to stomp past me and slump down on his bed. Knowing that I can't reach him now, I simply walk into the bathroom and lean against the door. The heat in the room does nothing to calm my nerves, and the water could possibly drown out his pained cries. Taking almost a mark-long shower has at least given me time to think. Maybe not about an answer or a solution, but at least what I can say when I walk out of the room. Merrick, I'm so sorry I overstepped our boundaries. Please let me stay inside your world. Or something like that. Maybe I should be more blunt. I know he's not really the poetic type. Tapping my fingers on the glass, I let the water run over my back as I've long since cleaned, and have already become numb to the heat. By the void, I should have known better. What a way to cap off such a nice day, huh? I'll be lucky if he even talks to me tomorrow, or the rest of the week for that matter. Maybe that's for the best, though, at least while Suckness is around. Although, I can't say I won't miss having someone to talk to. Alright, I'm pruny enough. I should get out before I use all the station's water reserves. Drying off and slipping into my pajamas, a shirt and some underwear, I turn off the shower and get ready to face down the canid waiting for me in the next room. The lights are still on. That's good? Maybe? He's not in his chair, though, so that's a bit confusing. Even more confusing is that his jacket has conspicuously found its way back to hanging off its headrest. Peeking around the corner, I notice Merrick laying on his bed, absent-mindedly scrolling through something on his monitor. Or rather, that's what I imagine he would like me to believe, as I can clearly see that he's not scrolling at all, and instead is doing his best to stare right at me while pretending he isn't. Feeling my heart drop, I take a deep breath and walk over to my own bed, hanging up the towel and arranging my pillows and sheets for the night. I hear some rummaging going on behind me, but try and think nothing of it until... Rias? Yeah? Turning around, I'm surprised to find Merrick not only behind me, but looming over me. His arm placed on the shelves above, using his full height to basically pin me against the bed without even touching me. Although I don't exactly hold my ground, as I almost fall right onto my bed, I don't find myself panicking much, as the expression on his face is, surprisingly soft. In fact, if anything, I'd say he looks, embarrassed? Not wanting to interrupt his moment, I collect myself and just wait. There's almost a certain system to how he seems to go about trying to form his thoughts. Something bright appears behind his eyes, then forms a song in his throat, and then dies on his tongue. He lets out a small huff of annoyance as the words fail him before turning back and looking into my expecting eyes, which doesn't last long as his ears curl back and he looks away, swallowing down the dead words, or perhaps just hiding his embarrassment. Truly, though, it's not long before he breathes in and gives it his best shot, letting out a surprisingly casual, "I like hanging out with you today. We, should do it again sometime. Yeah?" This is almost worse than if he were upset at me. Doing my best to mask my stunned internal expression, I quickly shrug it off and offer up, "Yeah, I like hanging out with you too, Merrick." As the words escape my lips, his eyes go wide and a breath gets caught in his throat, but not for long as he lets out a small huff and smiles. Alright, y'all, about to finish the coffee? Alright. It's a small thing, not the toothsome grin I'm used to, but something far softer. He opens his mouth as though he has 1,000 things he wants to say, and yet, with a scoff, he backs off. Before returning to his own bed, he reaches up a big paw and gently brushes some hair out of my face with his thumb before ruffling the hair on top of my head. He laughs to himself as he walks away and says, "Get some sleep, alright?" Utterly dumbstruck, I can't do much but stare as he walks a few feet away and turns off the lights. Before he does, though, I can't help but notice something odd. It looks as though there's something very small wiggling about under his pajamas, right at the base of his spine. By the eye. He does have one! Merrick must have done this to torture me, as I've been completely incapable of finding any kind of rest for the past mark. I can't stop kneading my sheets and rolling back and forth just trying to find anything to latch onto before dozing off. But nothing comes. It's just a stream of today's events played over and over again in my mind. The good and the bad, all of it with him. Why didn't he yell at me? I thought he was about to blow a gasket standing there, but no, he just got a bit fidgety and raised his voice. He tore into that guy earlier for just bumping into me. Surely if someone messed with his stuff, he'd be furious, right? Well, maybe if someone did it, but not me. No, that's silly. I'm just his roommate. His friend. But the fucking eye, I can't torture myself like this. Not at this hour, not when he's 5 fucking feet from me. It's not like I can do anything else, though. Focus on tomorrow, focus on tomorrow, focus on tomorrow. What the fuck am I even doing tomorrow? I'm probably gonna get left behind again. But it's alright, it might be safer that way. Maybe I'll text Tiu and see what she's doing. This would be so much easier if I just had some answers. If any of us knew what the fuck was going on, maybe this wouldn't be such an issue, but no. The only person who knows anything seems pretty intent on keeping it that way. It's not like we can just walk into her office and ask her. The thought is so insane that it quite literally jolts me awake as I sit up straight in my bed. My eyes glance at Merrick, who's sleeping on his stomach with one arm lolling off the bed and his sheets kicked off, before shooting to my pants on the nightstand. Silently standing up, I creep over before emptying the contents of the pockets into my hand, only to catch the only thing in there. An Icoroid 2 terminal key. I think I know my schedule tomorrow, and as it turns out, I have a very important meeting with the captain. Day 20. Waking up with a groan, I slowly raise myself up and rub my eyes. What fucking mark is it? Rolling to the side of the bed, I throw my legs off and look around the room. I seem to be missing someone. Hello? No response. Huh. Maybe that's for the best, though, especially considering what I'm planning on doing. It's not like he could really stop me, but I doubt it would make his day any easier. Is this really a good idea? No, decidedly not, but I think I need to do it anyways. Hey, I mean, maybe she'll be impressed that I'm taking the initiative or something. Or she could always take my terminal key away. I doubt she'd do that. Hanging my head between my legs, I rest motionless for a few ticks before checking my monitor. It's only the 10th mark. He must have just gone to finish preparing for the day, so I guess that confirms my plans as well. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!